To begin our textured bear, you get to pick your paper color for this project. I am gonna write my name on the back of my paper and flip it over. The first thing I'm gonna draw with pencil is that round head. So I'm kind of drawing it a little bit up from the middle. I wanna leave some space for the ears. And I'm just kind of practicing before I actually put my pencil on my paper. I know it's probably hard to see that big drawing. That drawing on my paper because the paper's so dark. I'm gonna do a little erasing. Erasing is not a bad thing. Then on top of that big circle for the head, I'm gonna draw 2 half circles, leaving a space in between for the ears. I'm going to make this look like the portrait of a bear, where we see these rounded lines for the shoulders coming down and off the paper, just like your school pictures. From here, about in the middle of that circle is where the eyes are gonna be. I'm gonna make those bear's eyes oval shapes. If you wanna add a little shape inside for a glare, like the eyes are glistening in the sunlight, you could do that. The muzzle of the bear, I'm gonna make another oval shape. Inside that oval shape, I'm gonna add the bear's nose. So I'm gonna start with a rainbow kind of curved line. I'm gonna add a C on the side and a backward C on the side, and then another kind of U-shaped rounded line at the bottom. The mouth of the bear is going to come down and over like a hook, like the letter J on the other side. From here, I am ready to use my Sharpie to color those important parts I just made. So I am gonna flip to one that I have already done the outlining on. I am ready to begin my micro textured patterns. I'm gonna kind of zoom in. I'm gonna start around the eyes, and I am gonna do tiny little dash marks to begin the fur around the eyes.
Please come to the office. Mr. Kessler, please come to the office. Thank you.
Thanks for your patience. I am doing that around both eyes. Tiny little dash marks. These are tinier than my little pinky fingernail. I'm gonna do another row around them. Eventually, these tiny little micro patterns are gonna touch each other around the eyes. That's okay. I'm keeping these super close together. I have control. They don't look sloppy. They have a nice dark value. Right here, they're gonna start to grow together. That is creating the texture, the micro pattern of fur on our bear. This one, I can't really get in between all the way. And as I start to touch the muzzle of the bear, I can't get a whole row. I'm gonna then move my pattern around the muzzle, keeping these dashes close together. I'm not making big marks between them, otherwise we lose the texture of our micro pattern. It doesn't look like fur anymore. I'm gonna keep going, growing out all the way. The ears could be done in any direction. I'm kind of doing it like rays of a sunshine. The bottom part is where we're actually going to do a bigger pattern. You get to pick what that pattern looks like. So first we're going to start with that tiny micro pattern. Then at the end, get all these papers here, you can add a pattern on the bear's shirt. It could be stripes, it could be polka dots, it could be checkers, it could be your initials. You get to create that pattern. But notice how the micro pattern creates that awesome texture and the larger pattern is very different.